Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. So English and Kannada both is okay, right?
Yes, sir. It's all
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I am Dr. Pawan Puja. I am currently an assistant professor in the Department of Ceramic Engineering, IIT PHU. And I'm very thankful to Anil sir. He gave me this opportunity to share my research and also my topic of my expertise, that is materials. You see, in today's world, uh, everything we are surrounded by materials. They're all of engineering importance. Whatever material you see, you're using mobile phone. It has got tremendous application of material science and engineering. So we are using touch screen. Uh, You see the touch screen and you touch it and something opens up, if something pops up. It means that something is happening within mobile, right? So everything is material. So you cannot use a material which is not transparent in mobile phone. You understand? So it has to be a transparent. There are some transparent materials. There are some electrically conducting materials. We use copper wires, right? We use copper wires for electrical conductance, right? In the home, in our homes, in transmission line. So why? We can use any other metal. Why only copper? Because it has got high conductivity, less loss. You understand? So materials have have shown tremendous significance across the length scale. Let's understand the topic first. What do you mean by length scale? Length scale is, suppose what we see is at a higher length scale, like millimeter, centimeter, right? Can you go a little down, one step lower? So you see micron sized materials like our hair. The diameter of hair is around say 60, 70 microns, right? So we can even go to something called nano. Nowadays, everybody is hearing this word nano, nano. What is nano? Nano is 1 billionth of a meter. It's called nano. If you simply see this graph here, I have shown what type of things are there at different length scale. Okay, so you see atoms. Atom is the basic unit that a material is made up of. Okay, you have molecules. We call them water molecules. When water evaporates, these molecules are liberating, and the distance between the molecules is increasing. Like that, you see. So there are subatomic particles. What happens within the atom? There are so many things. It means the materials have got importance at every length scale. I'll give you a nice example. For example, I can see my hair, right? I can see a around 80, 90 nanometer, a single hair I can see. So if I want to see what's there within hair, I can't see that with my bare eye because the resolution of the eye is a limitation. It doesn't allow me to see what's happening within that material, within hair or um, any object like that. So we need what? Microscopy. It means below micron we cannot see, right? So we need some tool that is microscopy. But microscopes also cannot see atoms. So you need something which is lower than that. Nowadays, people talk about electron microscopy. So all these are kind of new things that is, it may be very new to you, but we use this on a daily basis, right? We see atoms, we see collection of atoms, we see how molecules behave. So all these things are very important. But the question is, why nanotechnology has got tremendous importance in recent years? Our CNR Rao, you must have heard of him. So CNR Rao, he popularized nanotechnology in India in early 90s. Okay, so CNR Rao is presently in Bangalore. Okay, in Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Nanoscience and Research. He is the director of JNCSR. So he popularized nanotechnology. So what's the use of this nanotechnology? You must have heard of this nanotechnology everywhere. What is it? It is when you go lower in the scale, smaller in the scale. For example, I mentioned one nanometer is a billionth of a meter. Okay, so you can make things at that scale, and you can use those things. For example, nowadays diabetes and cholesterol is a big problem. Okay, there is some cholesterol trap in your artery, blood cells, blood vessels. In that, we can make a nano robot. It goes there and chops off all the cholesterol which is accumulated there. It allows the good blood flow. Nano robots is a new technology. Recently, there was a Nobel Prize in chemistry. They made molecular machines. We see machines, right? Daily basis, we are surrounded with machines. We are dependent on machines. A nanoscale machine is a very small machine, which is a billionth of a meter. Okay. So that's something which is very interesting. And we make use of this nano thing and make new devices, new equipments, and use it for our betterment. So that is nanotechnology. It comes under the umbrella of nanotechnology. So what is the typical definition of it? The typical definition is something which is at the lower length scale. And we use the technology and we engineer it for our application. So that's why you must have heard of this word nanometer. What is 1 nanometer? A billionth of a meter. So that's what I have mentioned here. So you can see there are two nice images. So that is nothing but simple carbon. So carbon looks like this in the nanoscale. Okay. Next, who invented or who came up with this idea of nanotechnology? There was a great physicist. His name is Dr. Richard Feynman. He was a professor of physics. So he gave a very beautiful lecture in 1959, and he said that there is plenty of room at the bottom. Don't waste your time in the micro. Go to nano. You'll get fascinating properties. You'll get fascinating things. So he and also after this, you can make nano, but you cannot see nano. So you need high-end microscopes. Okay, there is something called scanning tunneling microscope. Just as an information, in 1981, they saw how carbon looks in the nanoscale. Okay, and a Japanese scientist, Norio, he gave the name to nanotech. He gave this name of nanotechnology. It means you are doing engineering at the very low length scale and using it for your benefit. Okay, and he is very famous, Richard Feynman. He's a physicist and a professor of physics. His contribution to science is tremendous. Now you see this. You can see an array of atoms here. So this image, what you can see at the left top, that is the nanoscale image. You can see those are the kind of small atoms. Okay. So you can see silver on daily basis, right? Silver, gold. That is all what? In the millimeter scale, in the centimeter scale. Silver looks, shiny white, silvery color. And gold looks like a, very shiny yellowish color. Okay, so this color is also because of the its size. When you go down the scale, you may see silver is black. You may say gold is black. You don't have that glittering color of gold. Okay, so color is also dependent on in what size it is used. Okay, this is something very interesting. We make silver nanoparticles. It means we make a small particle, a spherical particle of silver. Okay, so the size of the particle is a nano. Okay, so we can use that for transparent sunscreens. You understand, nanoparticle with sunscreen protection, and also there is something carbon. You can use it for stain-resistant textiles. I'll come to that point. But it's important to appreciate the fact that the nanoscale materials have fascinating properties. Okay. Now, what is macro? Macro is MACRO, right? Macro. Macro is something we see. Okay, you see ant, it's 5 millimeter. Apple, 8 centimeter. A person who is 6 feet tall. 6 feet tall means 2 billion nanometer. You can tell like that. And micro, you see hair, you can see bacteria. All these are micron sized. But if you see nano you can't see. But DNA is a very good example of nano. Now, even if you see an old murder case in 1960 or 1970, now they are being solved because of DNA analysis. They kept the evidence, but now they analyzed and they saw that, okay, this was the person who was involved in the murder. So nanotechnology has got tremendous applications. Okay, just to give you an essence of what happens at the lower length scale, I took up this topic, though it is completely different from the regular topics I see here. Okay, what are the applications then? Applications are numerous. You see optical engineering, defense, security, bioengineering, cosmetics, fabrics. So nanotechnology has got numerous applications. So future is small. People call it as future is small. Small is what nano. So that's why our future applications are all the tremendous or fascinating new applications. They are all because of nanotechnology. Most of them are because of nanotechnology. You take any field, you pick any field, nanotechnology has got application there. Now, I'll give you a nice example. You see that the blood image is given there at the top right corner. Those are blood cells, red blood cells. The robot is nano robot. Means the robot which is size of a blood cell. It means it can go there. If there is cholesterol contamination, cholesterol accumulation, it can remove the cholesterol. You understand? It is close to 10 raised to minus 9, 1 billion. It's too small to visualize also. So the detection of toxic components in environment, we use nanotechnology. In drug delivery, so there is some targeted area where you can deliver the drug. For example, there is some cancer growth is there. Okay. So what generally people do now, what doctors do, they subject the patient to chemotherapy. So there are a lot of side effects. You see there's a hair fall and all. But if we targetedly deliver the drug, the medicine to the cancer cell, so the robots can go there and kill that. You understand? So that is called nanobots. Bot is robot, nanobots, and nano-sized robots. Okay, these are all fascinating applications. People have proved it. People have showed it for the possibility. And how to make this nano one? You can take one atom, or add second atom, add third atom, fourth atom, fifth atom, like that you can grow the system. Okay. And you can grow up to a point, it becomes a nanoscale material. Then stop the growth. So that is called bottom-up approach. You take an atom and start growing the atom. Okay. So like that, we make these nanomaterials. Okay. And today's electronics, you cannot imagine today's electronics. You see the gadgets, the computers are becoming small and small and small and small, right? Now we can do everything in a mobile phone. Why? Because we accumulated all the materials which are responsible for any kind of technological growth in a small, say, for 5 centimeter by 10, 6 centimeter, 6 centimeter, 3 centimeter area. So very simple. So this is only possible when you reduce the size. Okay. So this is the these are the few applications that nanotechnology has. So this is very nice example here. You can see the drug delivery, targeted drug delivery, nano-sized carrier. Drug means the medicine. The medicine can be delivered to a targeted area in your body. That's because of the nanotechnology. So it can treat cancer because of nanotechnology. And this is very interesting. See, nanotechnology in fabrics. So you must have seen that if something spills on your fabric, so the permanent stain will be there. But if you make a nano size coating, okay, on your fabric, the dust or dirt will never attack the textile, the fabric. Okay, so you'll never get stained. So you must have seen the lotus leaf. Water won't stay on that. So it bounces back. You understand? That's because of what? The nano-structured surface. So the same nano-structuring, whatever we see in the miniature, we can mimic it on our fabric. So nanotechnology in fabric. So you take any spectrum of application, at every location you have applications of nanotechnology. So it's very important to know. Nowadays, there's a nanoscience and nano engineering. There's a branch of engineering. Okay. And also you can make bulletproof jackets out of nano-sized coatings. You understand? It withstand the impact made by the bullet. So these are some fascinating applications. So nanotechnology in electronics. Since I work on electronic materials, I worked on electronic materials for a long time. So I have to mention this. So you can make, nowadays, you can make a flexible display, a TV display, like it rolls like a calendar. You can roll it and keep it whenever you want. You can open it and check. It's watch. Similar is the case. You see the flexible plastic. It's a thin layer of a nano layer which is coated on that, and that can be used for various applications. Okay, so display, the TV display you see, that can be made, on a flexible substrate. It's only possible because of the nanotechnology. And solar cells, you can roll the solar cell and keep it somewhere. The way we use very rigid, very huge solar cells, no, nowadays it's not required. You can make your shirt on that. You can make a design of solar cell. So whenever you wear it and go outside, you're also generating electricity. So all these things are possible in today's world because of the advancements in material science and engineering. Okay, so that's because of nanotechnology. So future is only materials, and you cannot think of any engineering branch without materials. For civil engineers, they need materials, construction materials. Electronics engineers, they need materials. You understand? Everybody needs materials, and the design of materials is the primary thing for any engineering applications. Any other uses, if you want to, just I want to just mention any other uses like cutting tools. We use several cutting tools, right? That can be made ultra sharp if you use a good nanomaterials, right? Very strong materials, erosion resistant, corrosion resistant, rust free surfaces. Okay, and also the synthetic bone for bone replacement. Nowadays we put what, titanium rods, right? We put metallic plates, titanium rods. You can make a nanoparticulate based synthetic bone, you understand, which is made up of calcium itself. These are all applications that nanotechnology has. So nanotechnology is the future. So that's why one important statement I would like to mention: the next big thing is really small, small in dimension. Okay, so these are few references I used for this presentation. Thank you very much for your attention. And if you have any queries, any discussion on any topic, I'm very happy to share my views. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Pawan sir. Pawan sir, I have one requirement in the next session that you are going to take.
Uh-huh.
Maybe you can explain how methodically these research work goes on
Okay.
from thesis to identification of something and then show something new to the world. Because this journey is
Uh-huh.
most important and this journey is unknown unless somebody invests their time and then life into it. I know it's very hard work, very much lengthy process to realize something, but maybe people
Yeah.
should know the overall process, how from ideation to something which is visible to the world is done.
Correct.
Maybe in the next
Correct.
session it will be helpful.
I'm very happy to, discuss the timeline, right from idea generation to product.
Right,
Yeah, I'm very happy. We do that on daily basis here at IIT.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any queries, I'm very happy to answer. Any queries.
Gurveer,
Because this is meeting, yeah.
within
Any questions from anyone?
one thing, this we have Anubhashya and other simplified versions with so many people have been written, right? How we can connect it to these concepts, that also if you can able to give a kind of connection, means not in micro level, more of a macro level. If you have
Mhm.
connect those things also, it will be a
Yeah,
in
in
a,
a
in a
simplest way. In a simplest way. Like
yeah,
that?
in this way, in our philosophical or Vedantic also talks
Ah,
about the particles.
okay, okay. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm reading few things nowadays, like Vedanta and science, how it is together, grows. For example, if you see our old articles of this, we see in archaeological, whatever the artifacts we got, they have used the nanotechnology there. Unknowingly, they have used the nanotechnology, how it was there. And yeah, yeah, definitely. I would love to include that
and
also.
especially I've been seeing Jayant Vasankere
Uh-huh.
is a professor in Premji University, and Pratosh, who is a
IISc
professor
Bangalore.
at IISc,
Mm-hmm.
and they are in recently they were in touch with what is her name? She talks about the quantum physics.
Quantum physics. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she was trying to connect the quantum physics experiment with the Advaita stuffs also, Advaita philosophy. And
Interesting.
Jayant and Pratush have been able to connect with her, have a discussion, and they are able to convince her that the the scientific methodologies to prove something is different, and the Vedic methodology of prove something is different. That's what they are able to convince her. She is very famous, a scientist who talks about the quantum physics in many social media. She has been recognized.
Okay.
So that's how even you can able to, if you come up with, and they are there part of our Madhwa Shakha also. And if you are able to connect with them and give a some kind of Madhwa Bodhi, which can
Yes.
connect these both science and the the other philosophical stuffs.
Yes.
I mean, it's, comparative. I am not saying exactly the stuffs. They are connected. I am saying more of a comparative. You can also
Yeah, yeah.
give us some suggestion.
That's a good suggestion. I'll definitely look into that. Really nice. Yes.
Any other people can. Yeah. So any biodegradable related stuffs, I think Raghuveer was there. He's also doing. He did uh, a PhD on material science itself.
Oh,
From
interesting.
yeah. So he's there.
Biodegradable
So
polymers? Probably polymers, right? Biodegradable polymers.
related to that, he has done some thesis. I think he is not there now. I mean, so, that's what. There are many people are there who are related to these the concepts. So in coming days, we can have some more sessions
Oh,
related to.
definitely. Definitely. Yeah.
If no more questions, we can go to the ending prayer.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.